Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Champions League Challenge on Football Manager 2022, where we are in charge of Steaua Bucharest in the Romanian top tier. So at the end of the last episode, obviously it was the end of the season, so there's just a few little bits of admin to run through before we get into the full episode today, where we'll be running through the transfers that we've made and also playing our first games of the season. So relegation for last season, FC Voluntari managed to stay in the top tier by beating Hermannstadt. However, FC Craiova have now been replaced by Concordia Chiajna, who beat them by 2-1 over the two legs. And then in the European places playoff, the final European place has gone to Rapid Bucharest, who beat Sepsi on penalties after a 1-1 draw. A couple of retirements that I'm pretty sure we knew about anyway, but we'll go through them quickly. Nicholas Burrell retired at the end of last season. He's now he's unemployed as a head of youth development. He doesn't look great in that role if his attributes are to be believed. And Dragos Huiban also retiring after 4 years with Steaua. He's a scout, and again, his judging of ability, both potential and current, isn't great. Adaptability is okay. Not someone that we'll be hiring. Some contract news as well. We have managed to secure Julian Badea to another 3 years at the club. He's signed a deal up until the end of 2028 on £600 a week. He's been one of our best centre midfielders, our starting centre midfielder. So it's great to have him confirmed for the next 3 years at least. And then also another news, I was offered the Bristol City job. Offered an interview at least. I rejected it. They're currently in the Championship, but it shows that I must be doing something right with Steaua. Obviously we do want to try and advance into the European places this season, but we'll see how that goes. Something that could help us with that is transfers, and we'll go through all the transfers that I made now. There's a handful of them. There's about 7, I think, transfers that we've made. This is the first one, Oliver Casey. I think I mentioned him in the last episode as someone we were looking at from Blackpool. We signed him for £10,000. He's a 24-year-old Englishman, plays at centre-back. Very solid centre-back. 13, 12 and 13 is his heading, marking and tackling. He's 6'2". He's pretty strong. He's got great jumping reach and he's got some potential as well. So he'll be one of our starting centre-backs this season. And next up, after Goran Lonshaw said he didn't want to sign a new contract with the club at the end of last season, he left. And we've had to bring in a right back. We've brought in this guy, Tafari Moore. He is a Barbadian national, 28 years old. He's okay. He's not as good as I was hoping to get, but we needed a right back that wasn't a youth player, and that's what he is. Pretty average attributes across the board. Technically, his mentals are a bit better, and then his physicals are good as well. But yeah, we just needed a right back, and he was available. Next up is a centre midfielder from Italian side Pescara. Federico Marchesi, an Italian national, has been brought in to the side, as I said, from Pescara to offer a bit more depth in centre midfield. It was an area that we were lacking in after a few players left us at the end of last season. Burrell retiring and João Bruno being moved on because he wasn't good enough. Marchesi has a bit of potential, according to my coaches. He's okay, pretty decent. 11 first touch and passing and technique are all nice technical attributes, and stamina of 12 is okay as well. He should get some game time this season if we're as successful as I'm hoping we're going to be. Next, we have a man who now holds the record for the club record signing. Signed for £45,000 up front from FC Arges, who, I mean, he looks good. He looks good, don't get me wrong, but I'm always wary of paying that much to a fellow side in the Romanian top tier. But yeah, 45 grand up front, possibly rising to 80k with a few clauses. He's a left back. He's a pretty good looking left back with potential as well. His crossing is great, so he's more of an attacking left back, which is what we needed. And yeah, he was one of only a few left backs that would talk to us, and thankfully he signed with us, and he's going to be our starting left back this season. How many times can I say left back in a paragraph of speech? A lot seems to be the answer with that. And we'll continue the talk of left backs as Darius Murasan has been signed from Concordia Chiajna on a free. He's just been brought in as a backup for the first team for Soren Serban. He looks okay, pretty good crossing of 11. He's still only 23. He's got a bit of potential as well, so hopefully he can reach that potential with us. Obviously we've got him for 2 years initially, see how he gets on. Now, one area of the team that the players wanted some more depth in was up front. So we've brought in David Min, who's a Dutch national, as a striker. 3-star current rating, 4-star potential ability according to our coaches. Finishing a 14 is always nice to see in a striker. He's formerly of RKC Waalwijk, the Dutch side. He only scored 1 goal in 17 games for them. Hopefully he can do a bit better for us. But yeah, we mainly just pleasing the players. They wanted a striker. I've brought in a striker, and he's a decent striker as well. And then finally, the final signing that we've made so far this transfer window is a backup at centre-back. Lucas Urea been brought in. He's rated 2 stars by the coach currently, potential of 3.5, 22 years old. His heading, marking and tackling are very good. One thing that I didn't see when I signed him was his height. He's only 5'7", which is very short for a centre-back. He hasn't got good jumping reach because he's tiny, despite the fact he's got okay heading. So this is one that's going to be an interesting one to see how he manages when he does get game time. But of course, we do have plenty of options at centre-back, so he is back up to the backups probably. So that is it for the transfers. Now all that's left to do is to go into our first game of the season, which is against FC Voluntari. So a few sides have already played so far this game week, this opening game week, and all 6 of them so far have drawn their game. So a win today can take us top, as we are the only 2 teams left to play today. And this is the formation that we're going to start the season with. Hopefully it goes well for us and we don't have to make too many changes to it. But it's a 4-2-4 formation with wingers, 2 strikers, of course, 2 pretty decent strikers as well. Hopefully, like I said, Min's going to get on the score sheet a bit more for us than he did for his former club. But we'll run through the lineup for today's game. We've got Tom Aniga in goal, Tafari Moore at right back, Oliver Casey and Vincenzo De Sommer in central defence with Soren Servant at left back. So 3 debutants in the back line today. Julian Badea and Federico Marchesi are hopefully going to build up a good pairing in the centre of midfield. Claudio Danos is a right winger, Jovan Mitrovic is at left wing, and Milos Kukolj and David Min are up front. I'm just giggling to myself there because I said Claudio Danos is a right winger, as if I was just telling you the position that he can play, not that he's actually playing there today, which he is. On the bench, we've got a few more of our new signings as well. We've got Darius Murasan, Lucas Arrea. That's it on the bench. Jeremy Van Mullum is injured. He would be playing otherwise in place of De Sommer. Be Jeremy Van Mullum and Casey. That would be our starting centre-back pairing for the season. I don't think there's anyone else that we just signed that I need to mention that's on the reserves at the moment. Ayub Abu, again, a player that we signed a few seasons back, not developed as well as we would have liked. I think he's heading out on loan, actually. Yeah, there's a few clubs in for him to go on loan, so you'll probably not see much of him this season. But let's get into the game and have a look at the players that you are going to see a lot of this season. In terms of the actual tactical instructions, in possession we're playing low crosses, run a defence, be more disciplined and wide. In transition, distribute to fullbacks, counter and counter press, and then out of possession, prevent short goalkeeper distribution and use tighter marking. We'll see how they get on for us with those instructions. So first chance of the game, it's a corner for Voluntari from the left. George to take it, crosses the ball in towards Amir Bilali gets the opening goal of the game, his first goal of the season after 4 minutes, and it's not the start that we would have wanted at all for against FC Voluntari. A side who were in the relegation playoff at the end of last season. We need improvement. And improvement hasn't come in the first half, at least. I'm starting to think that maybe I put in too many new players and I've sort of messed with the team chemistry a little bit. Federico Marchesi is looking very nervous and I've not been able to placate that in the team talks. So I think I'm going to take him off. And we're going to bring on Stefan Passionel, who of course has played regularly alongside Julian Badea in the past few seasons. Also, Milos Kukolj in the 6.3 up top isn't great. Do I bring Halep on for him or do I give him a little bit? We're going to give Kukolj a little bit in the second half, see if he can improve. Tactic-wise, we're not really creating enough. And, I mean, we're not giving that much away either. I don't know, I've switched to positive in the first half. So, yeah, we'll just make that one change. We'll see how things go. Free kick from the left on the halfway line. Serban plays it short to Passionel. Back to Vincenzo De Sommer. Can we create something now? It'll be our first chance of the season if we can. Min with the hold-up play, plays it back to Serban, the original free kick taker. Passionel, plenty of players in the centre, tries to find Kukolj. Kukolj is in, and Kukolj has scored. That's why we kept him on. Milos Kukolj with his first goal of the season, and it's an excellent finish. A lovely ball over the top of the defender. Nice little forward roll to celebrate from the striker, and we are back on level terms at home in a game that we are probably the lesser side in, I would say, currently. Stefan Passionel, though, with an excellent ball to Kukolj, who does well to finish that with the goalkeeper advanced on him quite quickly. Now, 72 minutes in, still 1-1. Jovan Mitrovic is not having a great game out there. He's picked up a couple of knocks this game as well, so I'm wondering if that's affecting him. So we're gonna take him off, and we are going to we're gonna swap him with Danos, and then we're gonna bring on Dragici at right wing. See if Dragici can create anything for us in the final 20 or so minutes of this game, and I think we'll leave it at that one change. Badea's looking a bit tired out there, so is Casey, but hopefully they can just hang on. Free kick though for Voluntari. George with the ball in. Gini's there unmarked, and it's headed towards Petrosor, and Petrosor scored. Is he onside? I think we're going to have a VAR check. First VAR check of the season. Let's have a round of applause for that. One of probably hundreds that we're going to see. And the goal's being given. Voluntari back in front. We'll see a replay. Gini, though, unmarked. I don't know what the defenders were doing. Why no one was marking him. And there's the full-time whistle. Terrible start to the season. We've lost 2-1 to, as I said earlier, a side that just managed to, on the final game of the season, in the relegation playoff, managed to stay in the league. We've lost 2-1 to them. So, like I said, because everyone else had drawn their first games, whoever won this was going to go to the top. But whoever lost this was going to go straight to the bottom, and that's where we've gone. But it is just one game. We'll be back with our second game of the season in about a second. In the gap between episodes, I've signed another player, and it's bullying from my own players. They said that we didn't have enough depth at centre-back. I kind of disagree with that, but it was one of the team leaders that came to me and said this, so rather than make him unhappy, I went out and got another centre-back in on loan, Richard Jensen from De Graafschap, Finnish international, in fact. Can play at left-back as well as defensive midfield, but been brought in as a centre-back, and I think I've stupidly agreed to play him as an important player. Possibly. Yeah, regular starter. There it is. So Richard Jensen, you can expect to be seeing more of him this season. You'll see him in this game if he's fit enough. And today's match is against CFR Cluj away from home. So CFR Cluj have played one just like we have. They drew their first game. One of many teams to pick up draws in the opening game of the season. We, of course, lost ours, as you just saw, but that was a few days ago for me in recording. One thing that I did want to show you, though, was the new kits for the season. We've got a new sponsor. It's a sketchy one, G-Rex. Yeah, hopefully our defence is going to give us lots of protection this season. Make your own puns up in the comment section down below. CFR Cluj, can't remember who's sponsoring them. McLaren are sponsoring them, so hopefully they're going to be, but hopefully they're not going to be at the races today. And again, as I've mentioned in previous episodes, if you want to have custom kits made, you can use Kit Basher, which is a great software. I'll put the link in the description below. This isn't an ad or anything, but it's good fun. So we've made a few tactical tweaks. Can't remember what they all are, but I'll run through the current tactic that we've come up with. So it's the same formation as it was last time out. We've got higher tempo and wide when in possession, counter and counter press when in transition, and a higher line of engagement but a standard defensive line with prevent short goalkeeper distribution on when we are out of possession. In terms of personnel today, we've got Tominiga in goal as always, Tafari Moore as at right back, Oliver Casey partners up with Richard Jensen, the newbie, in central defence with Soren Sherban at left back. Julian Badea is our centre midfielder on attack, still with Federico Marchese alongside him as Metsala. Marchese not having the best of times last time out. Hopefully he can have a bit of a better performance in today's game. Claudio Danos and Jovan Mitrovic are our two wingers, with Milos Kukolj and David Min up front. I've noticed Darius Murasan has a bit of a knock on the bench, so maybe best not to use him today. So we'll bring Catalin Kokos in to the squad for him. So first chance of the game, it's a free kick. Cluj takes it, it's headed away, and Cluj could get on the counter-attack here. It's a possible 4-on-3, but we're getting back well. Mitrovic with a great slide tackle there. The ball falls back with Cluj though, and Sigurd Jonsson's got it as a cat goes past my face. Barney with the ball on the edge of the box. Gets into the box, running down to the byline, pulls it back to Kapusa. Kapusa, Boyle's there, and Martin Boyle has taken the lead. There's a cat in the stands. There is a cat in the stands. It's a giant cat. I think it's eating the fans. That's the more important thing here, not the fact that we've gone a goal down away from home against CFR Cluj. Ignore that. There was just a giant cat eating fans in the stand. I think this game should be called off, abandoned immediately. It's just not what you like to see at a football match. Throw in. Serban. Can we do something? Finds Min. Now Mitrovic. After the first game of the season, I'm not feeling too confident about our prospects in the league this year. So it would be nice to see something positive from us. Nearly not that, but Mitrovic does well to get the ball back. Marchese now on the ball, plays it back. Now Min. Could this be an opportunity? Kukolj. Through ball to Marchese. Now Badea. Surely. Maybe not. Julian Badea dragging that one wide. Very, very good position. And he's just fluffed his lines. Goal kick played short for Cluj. Now Sigurd Jonsson with the ball forward to Paun. Our right back was closing very high up the field then. Might have to look into that. Paun has the ball once more in the centre of the field. Forward to Kellerman. He's just getting tons of space. Obviously, we've got a standard defensive line. We have been playing with a higher defensive line. So that could be why. But Boyle is through on goal again. And Martin Boyle has got his second of the game. And we need to do something. Because this is going to turn into a rout if we're not careful. Right, so we're gonna bring it back down to back to the good old 4-4-2. And we're gonna change some of these little sliders as well. So I've already dropped the attacking width down from wide to fairly wide. And we're going to drop the tempo down to slightly higher as well. Maybe even slightly lower. I don't know. Go slightly higher. Might change the passing style to more direct. Maybe that'll give us more chance of getting chances. Don't really know. I don't feel like the counter press is working, so we'll... Regrouping's asking them to come at us though, so I don't want to regroup. I'll just not put anything on the possession being lost part. And then, don't really... Distribution. I was distributing the fullbacks in the last match, but it really wasn't working for us. I don't think I want to specify where we're going to distribute to. And of course, I've already changed the lines of engagement, the defensive line. Maybe we'll not prevent short goalkeeper distribution. We'll let him kick it long. And we'll press a little bit less often. I think I should probably go to a balanced mentality as well with those instructions on. It's not a very positive set of instructions. Yeah, not really sure what I'm doing, but we'll go with it. See what happens. Shabatariu with a free kick finds Barney. Back to Kapusa. And now Shabatariu's got it once more. Back where he pretty much took the free kick. Boateng. Back to Shabatariu. Burcha. Out wide right to Kapusa. Just a very, very slow build-up play from Cluj here. Of course, we're not counter-pressing anymore, so we're not going to win the ball high up the field as often as we were previously. If at all, in fact. As Cluj advance even further forward, Kellerman tries to find Barney, but it's a good interception from the left back, and now Marchese has it in centre midfield, finds his partner, Badea. Now Kukolj coming very deep to get that pass. Now running down the right-hand side is the striker, who can obviously also play as a winger. Badea with a nice through ball to Denos, who is playing as a winger today. Can Denos get a ball into the box? He can. Min's there. It's a great challenge from Shabatariu, the man who took the free kick at the start of the highlight, getting back there to do his defensive duties beautifully to stop David Min from scoring. A corner kick though, Soren Serban from the right-hand side towards Kukolj. It's headed away by Kapusa. Some promising signs though there. We've had a chance. It's got to take the small positives, it seems, this season. I'm still hoping this is just because of all the new players just struggling to gel in because I've got so many of them. But Kellerman's got the ball. Looking for Boyle, cleared by Serban, but the ball is going to come straight back at us with Shabatariu on the ball. Now Bircher, I'm saying his name wrong. There's no little thing on the C in his name. It's Burke. Doesn't matter. Stefan's won the ball back for Cluj now down the left-hand side. Played back to Burke. Stefan again. Those two just going to pass it amongst themselves. Finds the ball inside to Siggy Jonsson. Now Kellerman loses his man. Looking for a through ball. Intercepted well by the new centre-back Jensen. And a ball played forward towards Min, but won in the air by Shabatari. Now Barney can come forward with it for Cluj. It's Barney. Through ball to Boyle for the hat-trick. It's Boyle. And Boyle has got the hat-trick. A first-half hat-trick for Boyle. Might be offside. Who really cares? We are terrible. Goal given. It's 3-0. I don't really want to watch the highlight, if I'm honest with you. Too many terrible performers out there to even count. Tafari Moore is having his life taken away from him by the left wingers, the left-sided players of CFR Cluj. He's doing terribly. He's not having fun out there at all. In fact, the entire back line have got awful ratings today. Quite understandably, it's 3-0 to the other side. You would expect that. Mitrovic not doing well either. Left midfield, left wing. David Min, another player that's on a poor rating. I don't think taking them off is really going to help in this situation. It seems very stupid to do, but do I go with a higher defensive line? Maybe? Don't know. I'm just trying things out. Yeah, we'll go with a higher defensive line. And then I kind of want to take Mitrovic off because he's looking nervous. And he's not playing great. So Danos can move to the left side of midfield. Mitrovic off. Dragici on. Bob's your uncle. Going to do a formational change as well. Min is going to make way as he's the worst performing of our two strikers today. And we are going to bring on Emilian Passionel, an attacking centre midfield, as an enganche. And then we're going to shift the two wingers up as well. And we are going to move Marchesi to the right side of centre midfield. He's going to play as a Carolero, hopefully offering more cover for Moore, giving him a bit more help when he needs it. And then Badea can stay as a centre midfielder on attack. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go with. I quite want to do the counter press again, actually. I'm going to stick to my guns, do the counter press. Stick the trigger press back up to standard as well. And put the passing directness back down to standard. I've also changed their crosses to mixed crosses. They were on low crosses for some reason. I don't know why I did that. I don't think we need to play for set pieces because I don't think we've got a very good set piece taker necessarily. We'll stick prevent short goalkeeper distribution on as well. I realise I've just completely put back all the things that I had previously. But hey ho. Two changes made, and plenty of tactical tweaks. Let's see if they help us at all in the second half. Of course, I am overreacting a little bit because CFR Cluj should be a better side than us. It's a bit frustrating being stuck in the same sort of, same sort of position where we're expected to do terribly in the league again. Despite investment, I'm guessing my investment has not been very good, but they don't know that yet. The media don't know that yet, predicting us to be relegated. I mean, it looks accurate right now, but we can improve on this. It's only the second game of the season, plenty of time. Hopefully, I'm not still saying that come the 22nd game of the season. But Cluj, we just can't seem to get near them to win the ball back. I'm hoping that Cluj are actually one of the better sides in the league this year, and that's why they're being so good against us, as Kellerman is found with it's a beautiful finish. 4-0, Raju Kellerman, Pound with an excellent assist, Kellerman with a beautiful finish. I think we've got to a stage where Tafari Moore actually has to come off. He's on a 5.8. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what he's doing. We've brought Catalan Kokos on at right back, see if he can do any better than Tafari Moore. And if he can, I'm questioning, like I said, what is Tafari Moore doing? Dragici, though, on the ball for us. Can we get a goal back? A consolation goal. Through ball to Kukoc. Great chance here. Can he get a ball across the box? He can't. Dragici can. And it's somehow gone in. Claudio Danos with the finish. Caputa with the missed interception. And Danos punishes him for it. It's 4-1 with 20 minutes to go. Danos sprinting back to the halfway line with the ball in his hands. I don't know why. He's surely delusional if he thinks we're going to get another 3 goals. But a lovely ball from Dragici, and Danos, as I said, capitalising on Capusa letting that ball go through his legs. Something positive to celebrate at least. Latika with a short goal kick to Stefan. Long ball forward from him, intercepted well by Casey at the back. Now Badea's got the ball at his feet in the centre midfield. Finds Marchesi. Now Dragici. Kukolj. Could we have another chance here? Kokos finds Marchesi again. Passinel, short passing play from us. Dragici through to Kukolj. Kukolj with a shot, and Milos Kukolj has got our second. And nobody goes and grabs the ball this time. I don't understand that. We've just scored 2 goals in the space of 5 minutes. We could still get a draw technically. Don't think it's going to happen, but we still could technically. And nobody's going to grab the ball. But excellent build-up play. Dragici has been a game changer, I would say, since coming on. And then Kukolj with an excellent finish. Can we get another 2 goals in the next 15 minutes? Stefan with the free kick finds Barney down the left-hand side. Now Paun. Back to Ili. Barney once more. Cluj just trying to take control of this game, I think. They've conceded 2 very quick goals. They'll be hoping not to concede any more, as Stefan has the ball once more at his feet, the original free kick taker. Now Barney. Forward looking for Kellerman. Nice block, and Passinel has the ball for us now. Kokos. Don't do anything stupid. We've had a terrible right back already today. And Marchesi now advancing forward with it. Kukolj. Back to Marchesi. Finds Kokos in space on the right-hand side. He plays a lovely through ball to Dragici, who's got time and space to get a ball into the box. Dragici does so. It's gone all the way through to Danos. And Danos has scored! It's 4-3! It's 4-3! We were 4-0 down 10 minutes ago. Claudio Danos has got 2 of the goals, and he's gone and grabbed the ball again. Surely not. We've got under 10 minutes to go to get a goal to equalise and possibly even win. I doubt it. But what a finish from Danos. Where has this come from? Is this my tactical change? Do I need to keep the tactics? I need to try and remember what tactics I've put in, actually, if this is how we're going to play with them. But there's going to be another chance straight from kickoff. And it's Cluj on the ball. Paun on the halfway line. Plays it forward to Debelia, who I think is a substitute. I don't remember seeing his name in the first half. But Stefan has got space to run into now down the left-hand side. Finding that weakness at right back once more. It's a shot from Kellerman that time, and it's just over the bar. Tomaniga with the ball at his feet. Long ball forward. And that's intercepted by Shibatariu. Now Markovic. Ili. Back to Shibatariu. Capusa. Of course, we have got the press on this tactic again. So there is a possibility of us winning the ball high up the field. Just have to hope that they don't breach our press. It's Shibatariu with the ball at his feet once more. Plays it out wide right to Barney, who just seems to be shifting from side to side. He's been all over the pitch today, has Barney. A Paun on the halfway line. Plays it back to Ili. And back once more to Shibatariu. Just very slow build-up play. They don't need to do anything. They have 1 goal ahead. They will be hoping that they can run the clock down or get another goal and stretch out their lead to 2 goals once more. It's Paun in the centre circle. Forward to Markovic. Through to Debelia. Debelia could have the beating of our defence for pace. I think he has. It's Debelia. Gabriel Debelia with his first goal of the season. And the dream is over. We came back from 4 down. We couldn't get that 4th goal to equalise, and it's now 5-3 to Cluj. And there is the full-time whistle. A better result than it was looking earlier in the game. Katlin Kokos doing well coming off the bench. 6.7 rating for him. Elsewhere in defence, terrible. Absolutely awful. We'll still put it down to the fact that they're new and they're still betting into the team. Marchesi again, he's another new signing, didn't do well. 6.5. None of the new signings really did particularly well today. But our front 4, eventually, of Kukolj, Passinel, Danos and Dragici, all did brilliantly. So but I think we'll try and do this tactic at the start of the next game. And I'll try and remember what all the tactical instructions were. So after our second game of the season, and everyone else has played their second game as well, incidentally, we are the one of only 2 teams yet to get a point on the board. It's us and newly promoted Concordia Chiajna sitting at the bottom of the Casa Liga 1 league table. And things need to improve, but we saw some signs that that could be on the way. Hopefully this tactic is going to help with that. So looking ahead to the next episode, and I'm going to try and speed the series along a little bit because we are in a bit of a state of just being stuck in the same place, I guess. We are constantly just surviving or just qualifying for the relegation group stage. So the next episode I'm going to bring you will be halfway through the first stage of the season. So we'll come back for the Rapid Bucharest game on the 8th of November. Plenty of games to play in the meantime. I've got some Romanian Cup action as well to play. I'll bring you the highlights of all of the games, or at least some of the highlights of all of the games in the next episode. But yeah, Rapid Bucharest will be one of the games that we play next episode. We might play the game against Botasani as well. We'll see. Hopefully we do better than we have done in this episode though. But like I said, that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to get all my content when it comes out, hit the notification bell to stay notified, and I'll see you next time.